All right. So, what's your name, your current occupation?
So I'm Emily Anderson. I am an athletic trainer with Aurora. I work as a physician extender.
Okay. And where'd you go to school for that?
I went to Concordia.
Concordia. Okay. And
in Wisconsin.
What was your degree specifically?
My degree is actually specifically a Bachelor's of Science in Athletic Training.
Okay. And why'd you choose that?
So actually my athletic trainers in high school got me into it.
Okay.
So my freshman year of high school, I hurt myself with track and I had to work with the athletic trainer extensively. And then throughout my high school career too, I had issues with my ankle. So I saw our athletic trainer and just kind of saw what they did, and I kind of liked it, and I always loved sports. So it was kind of a way to get into helping people and work with sports at the same time.
Yeah, okay. So you were set on a degree in something with that field right away?
Yes.
Okay. And what were some of the challenges you faced for that specific major?
I think learning to balance like time and schoolwork, because they always said to at Concordia that they kind of discouraged you from being an athlete at the same time as doing athletic training.
Oh, okay.
Or even they kind of discourage you from working even a little bit too.
Yeah.
Because you are committed, you're kind of like an athlete yourself.
Yeah.
Because you're always with the team. If you're not with the team, you're in the athletic training room. So you got late practices, early practices. I mean,
and then
my junior year, I was covering wrestling and I was girls softball. So the seasons overlapped. So I had practices at like 5:30 in the morning for softball, and then I had to stay late for practices. Then my practices for wrestling went till 6:30, and then I was in the training room till 7:30 some nights too.
And then so trying to balance that with also doing a full-time student.
Also doing schoolwork and everything on top of it as well too.
Yeah, that's.
Because I mean, like your junior year, you literally start. I mean, at that time, because it was a bachelor's degree then. You start hunkering down and start studying for your boards too. So you get everything on top of everything was kind of hard. So.
Okay. Were there any like specific classes you took that were like good for the major that you would recommend? Like something that obviously not directly related to the major, but something that, kind of helped for it.
Honestly, this is gonna sound really weird. To kind of get into it right now is it's kind of a different setup how they have it now. So when I went, with it being a bachelor's, you get into it almost like automatically right away.
Okay.
Now you kind of do like some generals and then you get into, because it's a master's program. But what I would honestly say though, and this is gonna, like I said, it's gonna sound really weird, take psychology classes.
Psychology
classes. If you're gonna work with people,
I guess, yeah.
Just having a basic functioning knowledge of psychology is phenomenal.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
I actually do have a psychology minor too from Concordia. Because I was a little more background too. I was a psycho person. I was a triple major in college. I was actually a secondary education history major as well as athletic training. Because they told us at the time, get your teaching degree so you can work in a high school. It's a lot easier, blah, blah, blah. So what I also took at the time too was adolescent development.
Okay.
Was a class. And I thought that was really kind of interesting because it kind of works through how high school kids develop.
Yeah, like
and
their
middle
body
school kids
changing.
develop. So that's another good one too.
Okay, yeah.
So anything kind of like child development, anything like that as well too.
Okay, yeah. No, that's crazy though. Three different degrees.
I dropped it after my freshman year because it was too much. It was way too much.
Okay. All right. And so now I'm gonna start talking about your like current job now, but
sure.
What's like a day-to-day in your job? What does that look like?
Well, it's kind of cool because it's actually it's switched since July. In July, I started working with a physician. So I work in the physician's office. He's a non-operative sports med doctor, so means he doesn't do surgeries.
Okay.
So it's 5 days a week, kind of, sort of semi-set schedule. Semi-set schedule meaning we run over clinic every day. So we see patients typically from 8 o'clock in the morning until 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay, yeah.
Our last patients usually anywhere between 2:30 and 3:30 in the afternoon. We do the athletic. He's got 3 athletic trainers that work for him. We do the evals. Then he comes in, does his spiel, and then we either are sending them to physical therapy. We're doing injections.
Okay.
So we're setting up like medication injections and stuff like that for him too. Never thought I would be doing that. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Learning how to draw meds and learning how to prescribe meds and MRIs and X-rays and all this stuff I never, in my 17 years when I was at the high school, ever did. So it's changed a lot. I like it a lot better. I miss working with my athletes.
Yeah.
I miss my therapy patients that I got to see, twice a week, all my little old ladies and men and all those people.
Yeah.
But you're seeing people from like right when they get hurt now, and you see that you might see them in 6 weeks, 7 weeks, and they're like, oh my gosh, I feel so much better. That injection really worked. Or, you're kind of seeing them like, there's one series of injections we do, it's every week for 3 weeks. And it's to kind of help put off like knee replacements for people. And it's kind of, it's cool to see you get people coming in and like bent over walking with canes. And then you do the 3 injections and they're like, I can walk without a cane.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So that's what's kind of cool. It's kind of cool that way. And you're seeing like really like, I'm learning how to read X-rays a lot better, and we're seeing some really crazy X-rays and of people and stuff. So it's kind of a cool thing.
Kind of like doctor stuff.
Not more doctor stuff, yes. And we're helping to like get so my doctor gets a lot of residents in as well too. So every week right now we have a resident that's with us 3 days a week, and one that's only 1 day a week, and it's cool to kind of help them learn these things too. So it's kind of helping teach as well too.
Okay, and you said your hours it was 8 to whatever you said, was it 8 to 4, 8 to 5?
8 to 4, 8 to 5, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Is that like a set schedule, or is it flexible?
So it's pretty flexible to the point of like sorry, Fridays. I'll turn my light on here. Fridays, I mean every 3rd Friday I have to stay till 5, otherwise I'm done at noon.
Okay.
Monday I stay till 5. Tuesdays to Thursdays I'm pretty much done between 3:30 and 5.
Okay, so then the work-life balance is pretty good with that.
It's much better.
Yeah. How was that? Like,
it's much better.
How was that compared to like working at the high school? Because I don't really know how long you were there at the high school from day to day.
Let's put it this way: I did not have a work-life balance at the high school.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Typically at the high school, when I was doing the high school regimen of it, Mondays and Wednesdays I'd go to the clinic in the rehab center. I'd work there from 7 to noon, and then I'd go to the school by 2.
Okay.
And then work until anywhere between 5:30 and 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah, and then
then Tuesday, Thursdays, and Fridays I got to come in by 2. But again, I was there anywhere between 5:30 and 9, 10 o'clock at night. So
and you were also at like a lot of the games, right? Yeah.
Pretty much every home game and all that kind of stuff. So, yep.
Okay. If you could like start over, you just graduated high school yesterday, would you go down the same path, or do you think you'd change it up?
I think I would go down the same path, but I think I would go down the same path. Yeah. I think I totally would go down the same path.
You like your career?
I love it.
Yeah,
I
that's
love it. I mean, I'm very much, I love helping people. I love doing this.
yeah.
Would I go high school right away versus going to physician extender? That I don't know.
Okay.
I think what I learned in the years working at the high school has really helped me in the stuff that I'm doing now, because you can kind of relate to people a little bit more.
Yeah, I'm sure you saw people.
Yeah. Would I do it as long as the high school? Probably not. I'd probably switch to physician sooner. But I think I would totally do exactly what I'm doing right now.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. Well, that's nice. It's always nice to have a job that you enjoy going to.
Mm-hmm. The doctor I work with, he's super fun, and I've met some really cool people through him as well too, and just in the 3 months that I've been working with him. So
yeah,
I like it.
After you got your degree, did you have to do any like shadowing or training before you could hop into a career with that degree?
No. So before you get, well, I'm sorry, not after, but before.
Okay.
So, what they do with athletic training is it's set up a little bit better now with the master's degree, where you're doing rotations while you're in school. So, when I was in school, we just did different college teams. So I worked at a bunch of the college teams and at Concordia, and then I did one off-site rotation. I worked down at Cardinal Stritch University.
Okay.
Nowadays, they have it set up to where you can go into like the high schools, you can go work at physicians' offices, you can go work professional teams, you can go work at other, you're doing all these different rotations and learning aspects while you're in school.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, but after once you graduate with your degree, you just sit for your board exam, get your state license, and off and run you go. Is pretty much how it is.
That's pretty cool. It's nice that they let you get all like actual hands-on experience while in the degree.
It is. It is. I think everybody should do that before you jump into a degree. One, so you don't waste your time and money on something and then decide you don't like it.
Yeah.
But that way you can learn too. You can learn all about it.
So would you say the experience part or the education part was more helpful to you?
Experience.
The experience, yeah.
I'm not a book learner. I am not a test taker.
Oh, neither am I.
I love learning. I love learning hands-on. Like I said, with my doctor right now, I've learned so much just by watching, like having him explain stuff on x-rays, explain stuff through, he does, with his injections, he does them all ultrasound guided. So he uses an ultrasound to look at things. Just by him going through that, I have learned a ton and know how to explain stuff to people too.
Yeah.
But I'm more of like the experience. Like I learned a ton watching. I'll go watch surgeries all day. I love watching a surgery.
Yeah.
Instead of sitting in a classroom, I'll do all that stuff all day.
What advice would you have for a student going for an athletic training degree?
Have an open mind. Don't do something because of the money. Do something because you like it.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do something only for the money, you're only gonna be chasing the money.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm just the saying that was like if you have a job you genuinely enjoy, you never work a day in your life. Like,
work can be a dirty word.
Yeah.
And I think people who chase it for the money, you're doing it for the dirtiness of it. Work can be fun. Work can be an enjoyable thing. Yes, are there good days? Yes. Yes, are there crappy days? Yes. But it's all on how you make it too.
What does like the future look like for athletic trainers? Do you think it's like a growing field, a dying field?
I think it's kind of growing in the fact, I mean, if there's always going to be sports, there's always going to be a need for
That's true, yeah.
the on-field presence. I think it's growing in the fact that we're getting into different areas. Like you'll see now more like athletic trainers in physicians' offices. you'll see more like with the military. There's even like a ton the industrial setting is growing. So working in a factory
Uh-huh.
and helping all those people as well too. You'll see them with performance arts. There's tons of people now doing like ballet and dance things and Cirque du Soleil and all those kind of fun things as well too. So I think it's a growing field and a growing industry.
That's always good to hear.
Mm-hmm.
And when you do work, is there like busier months of the year that more people are coming in, or is it kind of evenly distributed throughout?
With working in the physician's office, it's evenly distributed. When I was more rehab and school setting, rehab, I would say we were busier starting now towards the end of the year because everyone's getting surgeries because their insurance deductibles are paid up.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
So you'll see all the people getting like their replacements done and things like that. And then with the sports, I mean, granted, fall and spring is always your busier seasons too. So they're really, really, right now there doesn't seem to be much downtime with the physician's office because what did I tell people on Friday? We're booking out till middle of November right now for appointments. So we're busy.
Yeah.
Because he only sees a certain things of groups of people. So yeah. I think it's for the physician's office. It's busy all the time.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. What is your favorite part about your job?
The people I get to meet. I mean, you get to hear I like hearing people's backstories and and why they're coming in, and it just hearing how they feel better about things too. That's what I like, just meeting people. I'm a people person. I like talking to people and helping them. Yeah. So and that's what I like to do.
Yeah. And what would you say your least favorite part is?
When you tend to deal with some crappy people because they can't get in, or they're not feeling better, or just kind of getting the brunt of some people's anger.
So people are your favorite and least part of your job.
Yes, they are. They can be good, but they can also be rude.
Yeah. And what are some skills that you would recommend someone has coming into this field?
One skill is to be able to communicate with people. To be open and I don't know if you really want to call it a skill, but just willingness to learn too.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Being able to communicate with people, being able to, I mean, we're not all going to know the correct things to say, but just be able to at least formulate a sentence, thoughts, things, and telling people things, those, and the willingness to learn is just to always be open to feedback and learning new things from people.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. We kind of went through all these questions already.
Cool. So are you thinking of getting into this?
Yeah, I'm going for a kinesiology, but I haven't determined yet what field of kinesiology, if it's going to be an athletic trainer, personal trainer, strength and conditioning coach. So I'm still kind of bouncing around, trying to figure it all out.
They're all good options. I know, when I was in school, one of the guys I graduated with, he did athletic training / strength training, and he is now the head strength coach up at University of Minnesota with their basketball team.
That's pretty cool, yeah.
He's been loving it, doing it. He went from there down to Miami, and now he's back in Minnesota. So
yeah,
there's lots of good options of things too. So you cannot go wrong with anything.
Yeah, and it's also a good part about this interview actually, because I get to learn about what you do as an athletic trainer, see what that side of the field's like.
Yes. I think this is a great thing that they're making you guys do this stuff.
Yeah, I actually have to do 2 of them, so I'm going to have to find someone else eventually by the end of the semester.
Who else do you have to interview?
It's kind of like the same thing we did, so it doesn't really matter. It's just got to be someone within the kinesiology field. So if you know anybody...
Let me talk to my friend Steve and see what I can do for you.
Okay, yeah.
I'll see what I can't promise anything because it's getting to their start of their season and stuff like that, but